tragedy in Colorado where two teenage gunmen turned another American school into a terrible, terrible scene.
And these images show that terrifying scene at STEM school Highlands Ranch after two students opened fire, children as young as kindergartners fleeing, and panicked parents waiting outside to find out if their kids were safe.
Here's what we know right now. One student killed, 8 injured. The two shooters opened fire on the campus, which is about 7 miles from Columbine. They are now in custody.
Our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman, is there on the scene, starting us off with the latest. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Robin. Investigators are still going through that scene behind me, but what distinguishes this attack is the fact that there were those two shooters. This is the first time that a pair of shooters has targeted a school since Columbine happened 7 miles up the road from here and almost exactly 20 years ago. And it might have been as deadly as Columbine were it not for a couple of students who rose up and tried to fight off one of those shooters. The pair of shooters strode into the school and unleashed terror into this community.
Shots fired in the school.
Blasting away in 2 classrooms. It was just after lunch at the STEM school Highlands Ranch. Students from kindergartners to 12th graders thrown into panic.
I see just a bunch of kids running out and saying, "School shooter, school shooter."
Police swarming to the school in less than 3 minutes, bullets still flying when they arrived on scene.
Is he inside the school still?
And nearly immediately, the officers encountered the teenage shooters, arresting them with the reported help of students who were learning helped fight off those assailants. And then the 1,800 students on campus began to stream out.
We just started hearing cursing and then later a gunshot. When we were walking out, I don't know if it was a dead body or something to my right with bullet shells.
The casualties piling up. Officers and medics frantically working to triage victims.
We do have one teenage male, possible gunshot to the foot. And a female shot in her left leg.
The number of weapons that were at the school and how they got in, we're not releasing. There was 2 handguns, I'll tell you that at this point.
Attacking separate wings of the school. The wounded scattering from the campus, some to neighbors' yards.
There was a young man here with a bullet wound in the back. We got him up, got him into my backyard, and then slowly we got him up my steps into the kitchen.
This boy hoisted into an ambulance. 9 students were shot, one of them dying at the hospital overnight.
Is the one we have in custody. He's a white male, has a black hoodie on, purple hair.
One of those assailants identified as 18-year-old Devin Erickson. When police raided that 18-year-old's home, they found his car spray painted with the slogan, "Cursing Society."
More buses coming in!
With the 2 shooters in custody, students were bussed off campus, parents frantic searching for their children.
They're not letting anybody in.
I just want to get to my son and hold him and hug him and make sure he's okay. He's terrified.
The last 2 hours have been the worst 2 hours of my life.
And less than 2 hours later, those reunions and the tearful embraces.
Dylan! Love you, son.
And Robin, that 18-year-old will appear in court later this afternoon. That juvenile shooter is still being evaluated at an area hospital, and authorities are still trying to determine whether or not to charge that suspect as a juvenile or an adult. Now, that school behind me is going to remain closed for the rest of the week, and counseling is going to be offered to students throughout the county. That's how wide-ranging the impact has been here. Robin.
I'm sure they'll need that for a time of period. Matt, thank you so much. And we cannot become numb to this. We cannot.
Never.
Never.